Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Shanghai Dota 2 Open Season 2. I know, can you believe it? We're on time. Absolutely crazy. And we're going to be seeing game number 3, Newbee, facing off against CDEC Gaming. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Eosin. I have my coffee this time around. How are you doing? You excited for some Dota 2 action?
I am excited, but please don't give me a third game of Naga.
Yeah, it was a little bit nuts, not gonna lie. We've had 2 Naga Siren games, both of them won. It's been weird map movements. KP stuck on the trees for like a really long time and then would just hop out and find kills with Kaka on his Kunkka, and then afterwards we also had, you know, in the last game a bunch of other people hiding away, and this time CDEC, they're gonna take the Ricky for themselves. What do you think about that?
I mean, this is a hero that they've been running quite a lot, and oh man, the Ricky Bounty matchup. You remember that game we casted? This is the beginning of it. 40,000 gold comeback, where Ricky is played by September, and he just, you know, carries the gem, dies, buys back, and dies again, and goodbye 40k lead.
It's true. That game, if you guys haven't seen it at all, you should definitely go check out. I think I have some highlights on my YouTube channel, but it was absolutely nuts. Like it just felt, and this is something that we've seen a couple of different times from CDEC, where they get out to this really huge lead and then a little slip up there, one missed play there, and all of a sudden, you know, the enemy teams take advantage. And that just might be the Chinese play style nowadays with the way that games have been going, but gotta be careful with that, definitely. Shadow Demon also going to get taken. What do you think about that dual support combo, Shadow Demon and the Bounty Hunter?
5 seconds.
I mean, Bounty Hunter is just gonna be doing his own thing. Shadow Demon getting picked up is like, Shadow Demon is one of those heroes right now. He's just really strong. Gives you a lot of options for carry choices as well. You can't exactly ban them all out. So whether it's a Luna or a Terrorblade or
a Naga.
No, please, no more.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling as well. It's a little bit scary to think about, but CDEC, they're going to go for the Ion Shell Ricky shenanigans. That's something to be slightly worried about.
Yeah, it gives your offlane a lot more like power to it. Like you always have to be very careful of the Ricky coming up there, and all of a sudden, you know, you're just standing around and what the hell, my life is starting to go down, and then you're dead.
Oh, they ban out the
All right,
Naga.
nice. I like this.
Radiant team
I
pick.
like this as well, but Newbee are going to take the Juggernaut instead. It almost feels like they're kind of baiting them into taking away the Naga. What do you think about Juggernaut in the context of this? Do you like this as a third pick from Newbee?
10 seconds.
I mean, Juggernaut's he's one of those heroes. He's just always going to be, you know, Juggernaut.
5 seconds.
He's really good all around. Doesn't give away too much. He can be played in the mid lane, played as a carry, just all around super solid hero. And most likely, I would assume he's going to go safe lane because his matchup against Darkseer is pretty good, and they can't exactly kill him in the early stages because he just spins away, and then, you know, you can't do any damage to him.
Yeah, true enough. That is something that can be difficult to contend with. Because like also if you just spin the wave down, all of a sudden Darkseer doesn't really have any great way to farm either. I have also seen Shadow Demons be able to solo zone a Darkseer just with Shadow Poison levels. After the nerf that came about, how significant is that to a Shadow Demon, the lowered initial damage?
I think it's pretty significant. It's about cut in half at level 1 now. He should probably still be able to do it, but not as effectively, obviously. The main concern is just whether or not you get stacks up to, you know, talking about 4 to 5. That's when it's like super dangerous, but I don't think that's going to happen. So Darkseer should be okay, especially with the help of Ricky.
Now we got a Batrata taken for Newbee. It's going to cause some issues indeed. Well, the Witch Doctor was also taken, so I guess that now that they're left with a Ricky and a Witch Doctor as a support duo, how do they deal with the Batrider?
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, they could always pick up a
5 seconds remaining.
like either a good 1v1 matchup on the carry.
Reserve time.
Nothing really comes to mind right now, though. But either that or they, you know, just something strong enough of a carry that can threaten this Bat Rider. I think Sven could probably do it. I was gonna say Ursa, but I'm not too sold on Ursa. Although Ursa is pretty good here.
It definitely makes me worried because when I've been looking back through the heroes that have been picked in this patch, Bat Rider has one of the highest win rates out of any of them, and it always feels to me if you don't like that's in the presence of teams like being able to.
Legion Commander.
Oh my God, they're actually going to go for a Legion. That is that their answer?
Turn to ban.
For the 1v1 matchup, I think Legion still. No, actually, yeah, I guess that's actually a really good matchup. If you get stacked on, you just cleanse it all off, and then you can just stand there and fight them.
Huh. Cool.
10 seconds
Not
remaining.
often that we see that. This still
5
feels
seconds
very
remaining.
odd to me out of CDEC. I feel like they really got caught off guard there by the Bat Rider. We did
Reserve
just
time.
see a Legion Commander in the last set of games that we played, and it was awful. It really didn't work out for him.
Another really cool thing about the LCU too is it's since you picked up the Shadow Demon so early, you kind of assume there's going to be some kind of illusion pairing to it, and LC is just one of those heroes that's pretty good at dealing with that as well because of her overwhelming odds, just doing more and more damage depending on the number of units there are.
Yeah, it's a real problem as well. I think it does bonus damage to illusions too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, illusion bonus damage is good amount as well. So frustrating stuff indeed. Newbee. We'll see if they can contend with it. I will say that I feel like Newbee's draft is maybe a bit more tailored towards like the metagame that we've been seeing. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I mean, that's just standard CDEC fashion. I don't think they really care too much about the meta. They play a lot of different heroes, and that's why I really enjoy watching them play. Every game they play, it's like fairly entertaining. The Naga kind of caught me by surprise. I didn't take them as a team that ran a Naga, but they made it work. I mean, they won with it. So
Absolutely. And now the last set of bans coming out. It's going to
Radiant
be the
team ban.
Sven first, taken away from CDEC. And the Timbersaw as well. Oh my God. Wow.
okay, so this is a mid Legion, which I was going to mention. Mid Legion is pretty good against mid Bat or mid Jug, depending on however Newbee run it. So it's a super flexible pick, and it looks like they're going to go with the. I mean, if they really wanted to, too, they could mid Lycan.
10
It's definitely
seconds
not a
remaining.
bad idea either. And you're going to have those ion shell wolves. It's so
5
annoying to
seconds
deal with.
remaining.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, 90 damage per second, and they can just fall around any one of these heroes. Also, the
Reserve
Bat
time.
Rider, I actually kind of like that idea, too. Like, Lycan in the mid lane, and then he can send his wolves to try and mess with whoever happens to go into the jungle. Newbee might run into some issues here. This is a very, very unique draft from CDEC Gaming. It always feels like they come with something special from June.
I just really want to see someone die to an ion shell wolf. It's so depressing to watch. As someone who has to deal with it, but from a spectator perspective, it's one of the funniest things to look at.
All right, well, two heroes that we don't see that often, Legion Commander and Lycan. Do you want to give us a little bit of breakdown of the top things that we should be looking out for this game from each of those heroes? Is it, one particular ability or a timing window where they're going to be really strong, or a timing window where Newbee can really punish them?
If they're gonna punish them, you have to stop them before they, pick up the blink dagger. Like this is the June kind of play style. Oh, no, sorry. It's okay. Feb's okay, so it is mid Legion Commander, and June's playing Darkseer. Never mind. So pretty much what's gonna happen
10
is once
seconds
Feb
remaining.
gets his blink dagger, he's just going
5
to
seconds remaining.
destroy people with his duel because he's going to have Ion Shell, he's going to have Death Ward. They have so much synergy with this duel, and Newbee don't have any heroes to counter it. Like there's no Oracle, there's no Winter Wyvern. Like anyone who gets dueled is most likely going to die unless they get disrupted.
All right, I'm getting back into the game real quickly as I did get knocked out again. Hopefully this does not cause too many issues, but we should be pretty fine in just a second. But game number 3 of the upper bracket finals here. Dota 2 is going to get played, the Shanghai Dota 2 Open, and we're all logged in, ready to go. Good stuff. Early word placed down by September. Or rather, D-ward, I should say. Nicely done there. Able to take that one out.
September was standing on top of him as he placed the ward. And for some reason, despite seeing it, they just had to ping it like 40 times.
That's good stuff. All right. Well, KP, this lane that he's going to be facing off against, Lycan Howl, they've also got Witch Doctor in the area, and the Ricky. How worried does the Batrider have to be about his position in this game?
For the most part, he should be able to get something out of the lane. I don't think that he's going to worry too much about like playing it against a tri-lane for the most part. I think September is going to be moving around a lot, so I think he should be okay. As long as he doesn't like set himself up for a multiple bounce cast, he should be okay.
Well, you can see also that, I mean, Darkseer doesn't even want to mess with this lane at all. He's picked up the Iron Talon, gonna head into the jungle, and they actually are gonna bring Kaka down here, at the start to help out KP slightly with the mid, or with his offlane matchup. What about Feb versus SC here?
Deal. I think this matchup actually favors LC because as a Storm, in order to farm, you have to walk into the creep wave to drop Remnant, and if you do that, you're just setting yourself up for a huge nuke, and because of that, I think LC actually pulls ahead slightly for this matchup.
Okay. We'll have to see if they're able to make best use of it. Meanwhile, oh god, there's some coconuts bouncing. Slowed down for the moment. KP taking the damage, and they do have 2 stacks of sticky napalm. Don't want to overextend for that. KP just going to be able to salve back up, and they walk away. No real damage done. Mid lane, though. You're talking about it. Feb is already putting a hurt into SC.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Denied. Oh, look at it go.
Back bottom again. KP taking more damage. Lycan hits pretty hard. They might... Oh, man. This is on just a razor's edge right now, and they're actually going after October. Whoa. With the low turn rates, I feel like this lane is very scary for CDEC.
I wonder if they could have gotten that kill if Lycan used Howl earlier.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't think he expected them to get so much damage done. So I think they should have been able to get that.
Yeah, it's definitely something where it was close at the very least. The Storm Spirit gets the bounty. Ricky's able to take out the regen. Kaka forced to head back into lane without a whole heck of a lot going his direction. And still the battle rages on. I don't know. How do you feel about this laning stage so far? We're only a couple minutes in, but do you think that Newbee are happy with what this offlane is looking like it's going to be able to accomplish?
I mean, for the most part, I feel like they've already done what they needed to. They just want to make sure they can keep tabs on this Ricky, and Ricky's doing the same thing. He just wants to keep tabs on this bounty hunter. As long as they know where both of each other are, they're just pretty happy with that, with these matchups and stuff.
Oh man, more Howl damage getting thrown out with the Maledict on KP. Top lane Darkseer will be fine, but they're actually not too afraid about that, and the battles for the sentries continue, and now nobody has vision. Oh, Kaka drops one in the trees. That's pretty nice, though. They'll be able to let them spot the Ricky.
I think September knows where it is now. Oh, are they gonna get him? They actually might get him.
Oh, bottom lane looking for it.
No, they're not gonna get him. Not even close.
That was nice. Mid lane, there's also some action going on. Feb's gonna heal back up through it, but very scrappy early game so far. No kills yet outside of neutrals. You can see already that there's very much just going to be a back and forth battle for these teams.
Yeah, June's doing really well in the offlane now. Starting in the jungle. Oh man, he's gonna get all the EXP too. He started in the jungle, finished one rotation, just went up top lane at level 4. There's really not many things they can do to kill him now.
Yeah, and you compare the off lanes. I mean, Darkseer is level 5 and the Batrider's still stuck at level 2. This has been a great start already for CDEC.
Yeah, it's sort of expected too. Because there's no way you expect a Batrider to outfarm a Darkseer in the early stages.
Feb's still taking a beating in the mid from September, or from SC rather. Back and forth they go. They've decided to try and go onto the Witch Doctor in the bottom lane. They do still have another sticky napalm in a little bit with Firefly going. That's going to be first blood drawn by KP. Despite the lack of farming, it's still working for him as far as finding kills.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Witch Doctor, doesn't have the stick. If you don't have a stick against that lane, you're pretty much dead.
Let's see, gets the bottle fill from the rotation in. Feb continuing to play a very difficult lane. October is going to come in here, and they might be able to make something happen. There's the duel pretty early on. Maledict damage down as well, and oh, a great disruption. Faith going to save his Storm Spirit's life, at least for now. No level 6 quite yet on Storm. He's so close to being able to find it. Oh, 9 experience away, and that probably would have been him surviving that fight, but doesn't go that direction, and they lose the Storm Spirit in the mid.
Yeah, SC is actually doing super well on this lane, despite, you know, the matchup. And I think that's a lot of it's attributed to the infused raindrop. Every time he gets hit by the overwhelming odds, he doesn't even take damage from it.
That's good stuff. And I guess I'm wondering too, like, I would normally say that since all the action was happening down bottom mostly, that Juggernaut would be getting the better end of the deal, but Lycan is actually out farming him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember, he's dealing with a Darkseer. Dealing with a Darkseer is so annoying. He doesn't have mana regen either, so I mean, oh, he's got a lot of mana right now. But.
November? Oh, they were close to being able to find that kill, but a timely cask from October forces them back, and they won't be able to do much outside of try and finish off this double stack of the hard camp here for KP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But yeah, for the most part, it's gonna be somewhat quiet. We're gonna see a lot of things happen. Oh, I just realized, I think Lycan made a mistake. He accidentally made Tranquil Boots while he was trying to make his Vlads. That's gotta be so annoying.
Oh no, lock your items, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way that that's intentional, right? Like, you don't build Tranquil Boots on Lycan.
Yeah, he had the headdress recipe already. Oh, that's so annoying. Feel bad for November. Well, now he's stuck with Tranquils. There's no way you sell him.
I mean, he's going to be able to run away from the Bat Rider a little bit more quickly, right? That's something. I guess probably not.
I don't think there's actually very much you can say for these Tranquil moves. He's always gonna be hitting stuff. There's like very little use for it.
Got a nice little bit of armor there. U9, meanwhile, in the top lane is going to be pushing on his lane. So I guess that sort of inflates the Lycan's net worth a little bit higher than it actually is, since he's eventually going to have to get rid of those. And Kaka keeping eyes as well as soaking away some of the experience from this Lycan.
It actually kind of hurts him too, because like I'm pretty sure with the Vlads they could have done a lot more damage in the bottom lane. Oh.
Bringing him in. They drop the cloud. Oh my god, Hastern as well. KP is here trying to save his buddy. Are they going to be able to lose CC? They do, and now KP having to go up to the high ground as well, just trying to escape from this. A lot of damage being dealt. Kaka also getting jumped upon. They've got that Lycan that was thinking about going further, but again, SC dying in the mid lane.
Well, on the bright side, LC has no bonus damage. They don't kill him fast enough, unfortunately, but they do kill him twice.
Well, the early game definitely working out to CDEC's favor. 2,000 net worth lead just off the back of the laning stage. And they actually have eyes on Kaka here as well. Might just go for him. Starting to get ran down slightly, and they pop the dust, trying to run away. All right, a nice imprisonment there, and maybe going to be able to make something else happen in the other direction. Actually, stuck here in the middle of all of them. November is left alone, and now the flame break back. He's going to take a ton of damage. A huge play from Faith right there. They find the kill. Shadow Demon gets it.
It's too bad he had Tranquil Boots. Imagine if he had phase boots. I mean, I think phase boots are pretty terrible on Lycan too, but he might have been able to, you know, run through that if he had phase boots.
Yeah, I mean anything. I mean a little bit of, if he had his Vlad's up, he might have been able to right click to survive through some of that damage possibly. It's a bit of a long shot, but yeah, it's a lot of things that are sort of unfortuitous for side of CDEC. And the battle continues in this bottom lane. They are going to spot out Ricky with the Sentry Ward dropped, and we'll see if he ventures back in towards the Batrider here.
Not too much they can do right now to him. Oh, they found the ward.
Yeah.
All right, now they can do stuff.
Yeah, now, I mean, Kaka realizes that they're going to be able to see him. Well, the unsung hero so far, we haven't talked about him a ton, is this Darkseer. He actually is getting fairly close to picking up the mechanism, still a little bit away, but once they have that item, do you think that we start to see CDEC group up and take fights, or what does this mid-game look like for them with the Lycan in their lineup?
Well, first of all, he needs to finish his Vlads. And let me see. LC needs to get his blink as well. Once they fulfill those two like once they get mech, once they get blink, and then once they get Vlads, they should be grouping up.
Oh, no. I was wondering if Kaka wanted to go for that one. Level 5, so the 3 points in Shuriken would have been pretty explosive, but they're not going to opt to go.
Oh, they're going to get KP here.
Off to the side, yeah, there's no great way out of that one. They do find that kill. Nicely done.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is a free bottom tower, I think. They should be able to take it with this.
Call, good call. They do bring the tome out as well, so Bounty Hunter just now hitting level 6. And they're going to bring in U9. This is sort of classic Newbee. You start to play aggressive with your carry once you start to get those level 6s up on supports. And SC can rotate in as well with the regen rune. This could be huge if they manage to find this fight, and June is going to be caught right at the beginning. Really nice purge drop down. Omni Slash as well. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but they still find the kill onto June.
Here comes the Ion Shell Wolves. Oh, Faith, what are you going to do?
My goodness. That's not
I'm
easy.
just watching
to deal
Faith.
with. It's the move command.
Oh, no, the Ion Shell, man.
October still gonna drop low and just zips from across the map. SC finds that kill. They are gonna be able to bring down the Wolves, possibly Faith dropping low, and he ends up being able to survive through that. Nicely played.
Yeah, CDEC cut their losses. They knew that was not a fight they should have been taking once they lost their Darkseer immediately. I feel like CDEC should just sit back now and just wait for the mech.
Ever closer.
And,
I mean, with that, even if they don't have the other items you talked about, like a Blink Dagger on the LC, for instance, you don't think they can fight until they have the Blink?
No, they should definitely try. They should definitely still try stuff if they see the opportunity. Like, this is a really good opportunity. He has Invis, and his entire team's right next to him. This is a free kill if he duels. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find.
Oh, they've actually got the Darkseer that's in the area as well, and very close. They would love to be able to find it. U9 still moving away in towards the mid lane.
Oh, get it. Do it.
Looking, thinking about it. They get the damage. There it is. U9 gets the Blade Fairy off, and now suddenly Storm is in the midst of all of them, but he jumps into the cloud, and Witch Doctor ultimate as well. Oh man, SC was very close to dying right there. Kaka is in the midst of all of them as well. KP bringing down Feb fairly low, and I think that is going to be the turnaround kill that they were looking for. October taking a bit of that burn damage himself, and this is going to be a track kill if they can find it. Double for KP. 13 minutes in, and they're really starting to roll.
Radiant's middle tower.
That was really unfortunate for CDEC. They didn't manage to get the smoke cloud out right before he spun. If they managed to do that, I think Juggernaut would have died slightly faster, and then they would have been able to switch targets to the Storm and kill off the Storm. The Storm got away with like 100 life.
And I mean, even the Witch Doctor ultimate there coming in a lot to play. These heroes are definitely hurting as far as survivability is concerned. And Ion Shell Wolves ×2 on top of SC. Oh my god, it's a hard life. 180 damage per second.
Double Ion Shell Wolves. It's actually really funny.
I wonder if the Darkseer is controlling him.
Double damage.
Oh. All right, double
Dust
dust.
battle.
They throw out the track though on the Ricky, and that probably wins the battle, I gotta say.
Something to mention, Feb actually doesn't get Blink Dagger. He goes for the armlet. So very durable, but not very easy to catch people out. He's gonna have to rely on his Ricky to find people for him, and for the Darkseer to surge him.
Dire structures are fortified.
They've got 3 stacks there onto Lycan. Tracks abound. Might need to
Radiant's
be
bottom
careful
tower
about how
is under
CDEC
attack.
approach this fight. The bonus, oh man, press the attack with Lycan is so great. He does a tremendous amount of damage.
Actually, another thing to mention is that one nice thing about LC is that you can purge off the track. I mean, he can constantly reapply it, but you know, being able to remove it every now and then, very nice.
Dire's
Yeah.
middle tower has fallen.
It's definitely great. SC still here, and KP is keeping their eyes on stuff, wanting to go for a counter initiation play. Blink drums online as well as the Tranquils. Can they find a pick though? That's the hard part. And the counter smoke is going to come now as well. Lone Hero left alone. SC. If they could find him, this would be a really rough one, and he is going to be moving in towards the mid lane, and they're all going to wrap around onto him. The rest
They
of
must realize that this is a trap.
Oh God! In the cloud, do they find it? Oh, good comeback, and now they're going to be able to
super
lasso
sick.
Feb as well. A lot of damage being dealt out. Witch Doctor Ultimate's going, but it's only hitting onto these illusions, and a very messy team fight. I feel like Newbee need to back out from this. The Batrider's on the other side. They've already used lasso. There's going to be Faith dropping low, and they are going to lose him. So, time to run.
Poor Fab. Couldn't duel anyone. He can't get around. He's just so slow.
That definitely would have been a kill on Storm if they... I mean, if you have a blink right there, I feel like that's a kill, right?
Yeah, they're just... I mean, this is fine. At least it makes it really hard for him to die. And like I said, he can still rely on Surge. Obviously not as effective, but still doable. If unfortunately for them, if Lycan had Dust on him, he probably would have gotten 2 more kills. It's just people eluding him because of the lack of vision.
And now, Kaka again is just going to try and create whatever vision advantage he can for his team. Do you think that Newbee wanna... It looks like they want to defend these towers. Is it really possible for them though?
They're just doing what they can to slow it down. It's kind of hard to defend against this, like a Lycan. I mean, the Wolves have high magic immunity, and Lycan is just going to get purged by this LC. Just right-click the buildings.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
KP and Kaka can keep them off the tier 2s at the very least, but now you got SC who is going to get caught by that one coconut, but was able to deal a significant amount of structural damage to this tier 1 tower, which does actually get taken down by the catapult. Cardi doing work.
Yeah,
Radiant's
he's
top
just
tower is under
pulling
attack.
pulling around
Structures
the
are
CDEC
fortified.
team to mid lane and then to top lane. Oh, they canceled the TP as well.
Oh,
There's a free tower for them up top.
that's huge. Darkseer, meanwhile, where did he find that kill on the Batrider? Meanwhile, in the mid, SC is dropping somewhat low here. He needs to jump out.
Radiant's
But
top
yeah, they
tower
are
has
able to
fallen.
find it. Was that Lycan Wolves?
I think I actually wasn't looking where he was, but I mean, majority of the team was there, so.
Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under
C
attack.
needs to be careful. September is here again and is going to be able to start to do some damage to him. Is he going to go down? He turns, tries to fight, and is
Oh
just going
my
to be able to
goodness.
break down the Ricky. Ugh. Get off
That
me.
was some outplay if I've ever seen some.
That's the Bloodstone as well.
That was actually so risky by SC too. He was actually under the effect of Orb of Venom, and Orb of Venom is actually fatal now, and he Soul Ring to 1 health, and if Orb of Venom ticked at that time, he actually would have died to it.
Oh my goodness. 9K plays calculated. He knew it was up. Or got a little lucky. Who really knows? Well, now that they have this Bloodstone up and online for SC, does that sort of reinvigorate their attempt to try and find pickoffs and just sort of fight around those 3 heroes down here in the bottom lane?
Unfortunately, like for them, still you're against the Lycan. Like the team fight potential that comes out of CDEC is still way too much for them to deal with. They have to rely on pickoffs right now, so they need the Bat and the Storm to go around finding kills wherever they can, as long as CDEC aren't standing next to each other.
Under attack.
It doesn't really feel like right now CDEC have the best vision in the world. It's kind of tough for them. June's going to move down to the bottom lane to push this out, but with Storm now showing, I don't know, KP is here as well. This feels very bold. They might be able to make some kind of counter initiation play, but all of CDEC is here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they're going to back out.
This is like exactly what a Newbee wants, though. They're just dragging him around, trying to split them up, because if CDEC are fighting together, there's no way they're going to try to take that team fight.
September again scouting. Does realize the Bat Rider's in the area, but it's not easy to find a kill. And it harkens back to what you're talking about. The mobility is finally there with the Blink Dagger on Legion, but they just haven't been able to find kills as of yet.
They might find this one.
KP, sorry, Spidey sends his tinkling. Oh, he goes in. Yep, there's the jump. There's going to be the kill and everything thrown down. Dual damage finally going there for the Legion Commander. The second 1-1.
28 damage. It's building up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The elephant in the room, though, is U9, the Juggernaut with the Blade Fury, and also going to be able to have Battle Fury as well as his Yasha online. He's farming up a Storm, and they don't really have a great answer for him.
Yeah, I mean, despite that, you know, CDEC are still incredibly powerful. They don't want to fight for as long as possible.
Oh, Storm jumps back, still dealing a good amount of damage. The tier 3 towers are dropping very low. They've got the Cloud down to keep the Storm Spirit out of this, and that's just going to be the tower gone. They don't have an answer to this right now. Jug is doing his best to try and trade out towers at the same token. The pullback with the vacuum wall. KP is there. Is going to be able to catch now onto June, dealing a lot of damage to him, and SC gets silenced. Is he going to go down in all this? Nice zip away for him. Faith also still alive. Bat Rider takes down the Darkseer at the end of the day, and this whole time through, U9 takes down the tier 3 tower himself. They're going to chase looking for Feb. Nice blink away by him, and they might not be able to catch it. He have another flame break, so I don't know if February is going to be able to actually get out of there. Nice jump away as well. The Juggernaut was able to escape, and they forced a couple buybacks. So all in all, they end up losing the melee barracks, but take tier 3 bottom. That's I gotta feel like that's great for CDEC.
Yeah, that was some perfect timing for CDEC. There was still, that's all it takes is like 10 seconds for the Bat Rider to revive. If they don't have Bat Rider, they can't defend. And within 10 seconds, you lost your melee racks.
Well, with that, Newbee decided it's time to move in towards the Roche Pit. We do still have Blink and Duel available from the Legion Commander, but looks like Newbee aren't comfortable going for this.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, they don't take it fast enough, and they feel like they're being watched, so they make the right play and just abandon the idea of Roshan.
Movement now. I mean, can Newbee do anything to stop this type of pressure that's being applied to them on all of these towers?
They just have to hope for a perfect team fight, because the strength of this Lycan right now is just too much for them to handle. There's so little for them to deal with this this Necro 3 and ulti.
And they're actually going to back out now as well. Could even think about going for Roshan themselves. The pings are there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See, dropping his TP. He knows what's a-coming. Well, he thinks he does at least. We'll spot the rest of Newbee over here. They'll take down the ward, and now, I don't know, I guess they don't feel comfortable going for Roshan either.
They're smoking, and CDEC don't feel comfortable with this. They don't have the vision to take a team fight here. They're a little bit scared, and Lycan doesn't have his Necro 3 up either. It's probably why they don't feel comfortable fighting.
Oh, this Sentry ward as well. If they had vision, Bat Rider looking and gotta be careful. Yeah, he's gonna force staff away. This is just such a scary moment for both of these teams. I feel like CDEC are definitely in the lead though. Although Newbee is ahead pretty far in terms of experience. What's your read on the game right now?
Newbee's ahead of experience because, you know, like I said, CDEC are playing that death ball strat. So because of that, Newbee are just split pushing to their best capabilities and trying their best to ramp up their items before they have to deal with that inevitable death ball.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter just feels so poor. I mean, look at him. Just the arcane boots online now. Just having to buy wards the whole game long, and normally you would expect this hero to be able to just throw it and find all those track kills, but it's been a much slower paced game. Now,
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for him, CDEC are just holding hands, and because of that, you can't exactly get the kind of... Oh,
look at these wolves. Move command. So good. Spots out that they're there and jump away again. That was rather scary. If he doesn't go up to that high ground, he might get taken out down. Kaka also getting jumped upon by September, not able to find the kill. But this might embolden CDEC to try and take down Roshan.
I mean, they realize that Newbee just can't stop them, so go for Roshan. Go back top, push out the lanes again, just wait for the next Necro 3 to come up, and then
Top barracks are under
take racks with it.
Storm Spirit KP there. They jump forward. Oh, they get the Aegis. KP now in a hell of a lot of trouble. SC as well. They bring them both down. Oh, well, actually, excuse me. They were able to save SC there for a moment, but he does finally drop.
Maledict. Level 4 Maledict.
That was more than enough damage. Really good there by the Witch Doctor. Faith tried to make a play, but there was no way he was going to survive that.
On the bright side, they do get the top melee racks, so they forced CDEC to take the team fight in Roshan, and Juggernaut was able to take the top melee racks off of that.
Yeah, things are kind of going back and forth, but they're losing their carry. It feels to me again like game number 2, where Newbee are just kind of losing heroes here and there and making the big plays, but just coming up a little bit short now. Staring down the barrel of losing another set of racks.
20 seconds to the next Necro 3. Let's see if they can hold this. This time they have everyone up. It's a little risky for CDEC.
All right, I mean, Blade Mail is going to do a ton of damage in these fights. Legion, who do you go on if you're trying to kill off Newbee? Like, is there one?
I think if they catch off Faith, it's going to be so hard for Newbee to fight.
Faith is definitely going to have to stay further back. With the Aether Lens, it's probably going to be hard. I guess Smoke Gank in behind the bottom lane might be another option as well. But for now, at least comfortable, just taking a little bit more on the slow side.
Yep, you back up.
Why do you think that is? Is it just not comfortable with their lineup pushing up high ground, or are they waiting for an item?
There's still a top tier 2 tower. They're probably just thinking, you know, we have a lot of time on this Aegis. No need to rush anything. Like, just take this last outer tower before we decide on how we're going to utilize this Aegis.
9 in the mid lane is... It's worth noting he is definitely a scary person to go up against. With the Blink Dagger online now as well, it's just going to mean that those Omni Slash that does eventually come out will be pretty potent, hard to deal with.
Unfortunately for him, it's still not enough to cleave down the rune battle. Yeah, unfortunately for him, he's gonna need like another item until he's strong enough to fight against these heroes. Because until then, I mean, this Lycan is just way too strong for him to deal with. He's probably gonna finish his AC before this Juggernaut even finishes.
Again, caught out. SC is gonna die. The Juggernaut can only look on in dismay as his buddy drops down to 5 Bloodstone charges. I mean, he takes the gank, but like, I don't know. This is really rough now. November trying to get out of there. They able to juke out for the moment, but there's gonna be the catch, and now maybe gonna be able to bring down that Lycan. He is gonna drop. So nicely played there. They lose the Storm Sphere, but take down the Lycan in return.
Killing off the Lycan is super important because every time a Lycan is dead, it means that they just can't do anything. They have to wait for the Lycan, so they have like a minute or so to farm, recollect themselves, and then just wait for that inevitable CDEC push.
Well, defuse a blade on that Ricky as well. Witch Doctor's building towards his own Aghanim Scepter. Still a ways away, but I'm getting the feeling that the game could potentially be over by the time you get there, one way or the other. A lot of objectives being taken. Still no gem on the side of Newbee. Do you think that there's ever a point where you try to invest in it, or is it too scary with all the Invis heroes you've already got on the side of Newbee with the bounty hunter there?
Honestly, I think they should invest in one. It will help them a lot.
Oh, SC. He actually tried to go for that and almost was able to kill off the Witch Doctor, but mistimed the mana slightly and comes up a little short.
Oh, they spotted up September. Are they going to get him? I think they got him.
Yeah, nicely done. This is close to a kill, but can't find it. Well, again, just each of these games that we've watched so far tonight, I'm not sure if it's because we've been casting for 9 hours now, or if it's just the games are weird, but they feel very strange.
Well, they're grouping up. Is this it? Are they going to do it here?
Potentially. Looking for the initiation angle. Kaka's out there on the high ground. The Aegis just now expires, so might dissuade them from going any further. Dropping down the Sentry Ward as well. Kaka moving forward. They don't have any vision right now on the side of CDEC. No Sentry Wards dropped of their own, and yeah, they get a track out onto Ricky, and that's huge.
Yeah, U9 isn't really... He doesn't want to come back. He wants to delay it as long as possible.
So, we talked about it earlier. Lycan still has those Tranquils. Like, is there something I'm missing, or he just doesn't want to invest into going back for those power treads?
It's just not worth investing in it at this stage. Like, you just use the boost for movement speed. You're just going to have to deal with it until he finishes all of his other items. Then you decide on replacing them. So until then, he's stuck with his Tranquil boots.
Alright. Well, there's going to be the Medallion of Courage currently up for the Bounty Hunter. We've got the Butterfly completed. You said that the Jug needed one more item. This does mean he doesn't have buyback. So, is this enough where he can really start to deal the damage that Newbee need him to?
No, I lied about that. He's going to need more. I don't think this is enough. This is still not enough.
It's a rough life.
Because the Zoo army that comes out of CDEC is just too much. Like, you have Lycan Wolves, a Necro 3 to deal with, and a Darkseer wall. Like, you're not going to be doing enough damage with just these items. Oh. And unfortunately, there's no one else you can rely on for AoE, apart from Bat Rider Firefly and the Shivas coming out of Storm.
So here's a question for you. We've got Newbee, who have been kind of under the gun this whole time with the amount of pressure that the Lycan is putting onto them. Is this a situation where if they're able to hold on for a little bit while longer, maybe get a couple more items up for them, are they going to start to be able to take some team fights handedly, or is it always going to be a situation where they're on the back foot from CDEC? Oh my god, I might need to hold that thought actually, as they're jumping in. 3 gone. That's the attack. Track out as well. They pull back in.
This is huge.
Lycan, nobody in sight to help him out. He has to pop the BKB. Is going to be able to run away for the moment on the back lines. Everybody from CDEC is just trying to TP away. They don't want anything to do with it. Is his BKB going to run out? No, he's going to be able to get out of there. But might lose the Legion. What was that?
That was a huge pick by KP. If your Lycan gets dragged in like that, like, you just have to run away. Like, you're not going to kill the Lycan, but they cannot push anymore. And all the meanwhile, you know, with that kind of play, they make a lot of space for U9, and it forced the entire team back. Like, he was going to take the racks if they didn't back up right there. So this is really good play by Newbee. They're just playing the rat strategy. They have no intention of trying to fight them 5v5. Every time CDEC groups up for a team fight.
Oh my god. Show yourself in a second, and that's the gem.
It's deja vu.
All right.
September on his Ricky, dying and losing gem.
For anybody that's just tuning in right now, we casted a game where CDEC lost a 40,000 experience lead, around 38,000 net worth, and it all started with a Ricky losing 2 gems after dying back, and it was September playing it. I don't know if we're going to see a similar story here, but CDEC got to be feeling under the pressure at least a little bit.
Yeah, Newbee are making it work. They held off the push for like 20 minutes, and you know, U9 is about to hit his 6th slot. He's ready. He can take on this army now.
All right, time to just drink up some coffee, because it's looking like we might be coming down to the final countdown. That terrible 80s song, but more importantly, this Dota 2 game might be coming close to an end. The surge forward, they do have the duel available. They break the Blink Dagger. Now, all of a sudden, they jump forward, are going to be able to catch on to Bev. The vacuum wall, I'm not sure if it's quite good enough, though. SC very low on mana, but they're still going to be able to man up, and November doesn't quite have the damage to bring down U9. The Butterfly working out spectacularly for him, even just the armor bonus, and now slowed down again. Oh, they're in a hell of a lot of trouble. They've already lost 2, might end up losing 3. The cast trying to keep him alive, but they're just going to end up losing him. Triple kill for U9, and Newbee don't lose a soul.
Radiant's top barracks
Carnage
are
in the
under
river. My goodness.
attack.
Yeah,
Dire's
Newbee
middle tower
just-
is under attack.
They finally reached this point where they could fight them, and they did so by holding off the pushes, utilizing that, you know, that Jug with his Blink Dagger and Battle Fury. He's able to split push fairly quickly, and I think his ability to take that top racks from earlier on actually made a huge impact in this game.
The whole time through, I mean, yeah, it's just feeling like they don't quite have what they need, and I'm trying to figure out the way in which, I mean, can CDEC still fight here? It felt like that team fight did not end up working out the way they wanted it to, but like, are they still in this game here against Newbee?
It's looking harder and harder for them now, but I would say there is still a fighting chance because of the whole. You do still have a vacuum, and assuming they hit a huge vacuum, they can still win a team fight. But it's looking harder and harder for them.
Well, he just now on U9. The question really does become, how do you deal with these enormous cores? Solar Crest is completed for Bounty Hunter. He's been really poor this entire game, but now eclipsing both the Ricky and the Witch Doctor as well, who just, I mean, he's had to forego his Agnum Scepter, trying to go back now into the Ghost Scepter just to try and stay alive. This is, oh man, Abyssal also completed. I'm worried for CDEC.
Well, he does have to lose his Aegis until he can use his Abyssal. Oh, he drops his Blink Dagger. Okay.
All right, Smoke Gank. Looking for a push now. Feb does have BKB, or rather the Blade Mail ready to go with the MKB completed, so they can do a lot of damage. Cloud is also dropped, just making whatever time they possibly can.
You just gotta keep your eye on KP. It depends on where he's gonna jump.
Smoke as well. Jumping forward, they get the duel onto a couple of them. Backlines, they pull the Lycan out of the fight. Not going to be able to do a lot, but they've already brought through the Aegis. Now the Batrider gone as well. Suddenly, Newbee a little bit on the back foot here. SC needs to be careful. Starting to bring down the Lycan very low, but he's popped his BKB. Not sure if there's enough damage. They're still stunned for the moment, and can they find a kill onto this Wolf? The jump forward, SC realizes he's a little bit too deep. KP with the buyback is going to pull the Legion Commander back into this team fight. A really good Cloud from Ricky as well is going to at least keep them off him for the moment, but that's going to be a dead Lycan and Legion Commander, and possibly even another. Can they find this kill? They bring him down. And suddenly, Newbee are going to be able to start taking these barracks. He jumps forward. Maybe they can kill off this Witch Doctor. He's going down as well. All right, back inside the base. They're going to be fine for the moment. And I think, though, that's at least the middle lane of barracks. Newbee doing it big. And GG gets called. They won the game off of that. No buyback. They can't stop it.
That was a really good attempt by them to not, just wait. They took the initiative, They almost pulled through, but unfortunately, Newbee were just too far ahead. They had an Aegis ready, and they had buybacks ready. Like, that Bad Rider died, he just buys back and comes back into the fight. Like, everyone has 2 lives, and Newbee just held off that death ball and made it work in the later stages of the game.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Newbee come away with the win. The upper bracket finals here in the Shanghai Dota 2 Open. They pull ahead, and CDEC are going to have to fight for their spot in the grand finals, which is going to be a best of 5. Eosin, we've taken a look at a lot of these teams. We've seen how they've drafted. I mean, CDEC ended up losing, but it looked pretty good. Do you think we're going to see these teams facing off against each other in the finals?
I mean, I think I said this earlier. I think these are the 2 teams in this tournament who will be in the finals, and I think CDC are definitely going to climb back.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to do it for us here on this channel for the Shanghai Dota 2 Open. More matches tomorrow, same time, same place, but I believe that Eosin and I will be taking a trip on over to twitch.tv/BeyondTheSummit2 to be bringing you some more of the WESG action. You can also find some more of that on Dota 2 or Dota Star Ladder, I believe. Dota Star Ladder _EN, which I'll put both of those into the Twitch chat so you guys can find it. But a lot of great Dota 2 is going to be going on. Shanghai Dota 2 Open number 2 is going to be taking place tomorrow again, starting at 11 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We're going to take a look at the 3rd round matches in the lower bracket. Eosin, any final thoughts before we sign off on this channel for today? Oh, hello? Oh, I think he ran away. Are you still here? Your mic is muted. You've run away from me. All right, well, Eosin died. It's been a rough life, but that's fine. I still can't hear you. It looks like you're trying to talk. We'll sort it out.
Sorry about that. No, I'm back. I'm alive. I was muted, and I was having a hard time trying to unmute. But I mean, all I had to say was just keep an eye out for Naga Siren. It's probably on the comeback.
Absolutely. All right, well, we'll see you guys in just a little bit. Again, I'll post the links in the Twitch chat. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Lyrical Dota, at Eosin Dota. Give us any feedback if you feel so inclined. But most importantly, continue following this tournament as well as Beyond the Summit for all some more great Dota 2 action. See you guys in a bit.